What's popping my pimples? Welcome back to Wallace Probably. In case you missed it, famous musician and not so talented actor, The Weeknd, recently visited Sega of Japan. During this visit, there were loads of photo ops, including a handful that recreated another famous musician's visit to Sega's office around the 90s, this person being none other than Michael Jackson. You see, for how long Sonic has been around for, it would only be a matter of time for a famous artist to become a fan of the blue blur. I've actually been building out a list over the years as a fun little side project that I thought I'd share with you today, since musicians and Sonic, my two passions. Since this video has taken quite a bit of research, any love you show, whether it be a like or subscribing, would be greatly appreciated. Now, when it comes to famous Sonic fans, I don't think there's a better place to start than with Michael Jackson himself, because while I wasn't able to find much on The Weeknd's love for Sonic, that couldn't be further from the truth when it comes to Michael Jackson. In an interview with ex-Sega director Roger Hector, he explains that in the 90s, he got a call from one of Michael Jackson's people telling him Sonic was Michael's favorite game, and if he could come to Sega and meet the people who made it. Roger would give Michael a tour of the office and introduce him to the game's creators. During this visit, one of the staff members suggested Michael make some music for Sonic 3, and to everyone's shock, Michael was on board. While Roger Hector claims that the music never made it into Sonic 3, there are multiple sources that say otherwise. While there's a lot of speculation around Sonic 3's soundtrack, what isn't speculation is Michael's love for Sonic, whether it be this visit to Sega to Michael holding a Sonic plush. And it's a pretty full circle moment, seeing as Sonic's initial design was partially inspired by Michael Jackson himself. Now, Michael Jackson alone and his association with both Sonic and Sega is pretty well known among fans. But from here, we're going a little deeper into more modern examples. The first modern example being Ye, aka Kanye West. I should claim a pre-Yitler era. This came to light when a video of Ye playing Sonic 2 was posted in 2020. During this video, Ye talks about Sonic being his son's favorite character and how the animation style is so dope, alongside how he believes the Sonic franchise will last forever as it continues to spread to other forms of media like film and TV. Even though it's been doing that pretty much since day one, my friend. But you know what? We'll let it slide. Ye also has this to say about Robotnik.
Jim Carrey's character. Yeah.
What makes this video of Ye so interesting is actually the lore behind it. This wasn't shot at his house, but at another musician's, who's actually behind the camera, Kid Cudi. Cudi's a much more vocal Sonic fan, and one who, like Michael Jackson, has been directly involved in the Hedgehog's history. When the first Sonic movie was released, Kid Cudi rented out an entire theater in Glendale, California, alongside Ben Schwartz. He would send out an invite to his 2.1 million followers at the time to join him for a free screening. From here, Kid Cudi would make the theme for the second Sonic movie, which, by the way, is arguably the best theme thus far. While he initially made the song under the impression it'd be used at some random point in the movie, he didn't expect it to be the song that would define the movie. During the shoot for the song's music video, Cudi would be approached about a role in the Knuckles series, where he showed a lot of interest. In Knuckles, Cudi would star as one of the villains known as Agent Mason, who has a fairly prominent role, all said and done. Respect to Cudi, he did all of his own stunts during the filming, and throughout his screen time, you can tell he's just having a blast being there. Same with the music video, where he's rocking Jim Carrey's jacket from the film. Just seeing Cudi, who grew up as a massive Sonic fan, play such a big role in the Sonic movie universe, I'm sure his younger self would have lost his mind. And you know what? I'm happy for him too. He's one of the only redeeming qualities in the whole Knuckles show. Staying around the movie universe for a little longer, Lil Nas X has a pretty interesting history with Sonic. Before he set him as his TikTok profile picture, and before the release of Old Town Road, Lil Nas X first made his love for the Hedgehog known with a song called Sonic Shit, a song that even came with an accompanying music video. It features different Sonic sound effects sprinkled throughout, as well as the Sega soundbite, and includes a couple of mentions around the blue blur. Things would take an interesting turn for Lil Nas X when several unreleased songs of his leaked online, including a version of Kid Cudi's song Stars in the Sky for the second Sonic movie, a version that featured additional vocals from Lil Nas X. While we never got a reason as to why he was cut from the track, rumors would spread around his inclusion in the third Sonic movie's theme song. But alas, those rumors were crushed into a million little pieces when Jelly Roll released the worst song of the trilogy thus far. Now, when it comes to Sonic fans near and dear to my heart, Madeon is at the top of my list. famous French electronic artist and DJ, Madeon is known specifically for his love of Sonic Adventure 2. He shared his love for the game on multiple occasions, making it a yearly tradition to play through the title in its entirety, even streaming said playthrough one year during COVID. Seriously, I don't think this dude scored lower than a B during his whole playthrough. Past that though, he titled his debut album Adventure, in part for his love for Sonic Adventure 2. And Sega has taken notice, with Madeon visiting the Sega Europe office and the Sonic social media team paying tribute to the album cover of Adventure with Sonic alongside a reference to the album's lore. On top of all of this, there's a rumor that before musicians Hyper Potions did the theme for Sonic Mania, it was actually going to be Madeon behind the game's theme. I love this little Frenchman, like, a lot. And I'll continue to manifest the day that I can properly talk to him about Sonic Adventure 2. Also, Paramount, he's shown interest to make music for the movies. Hire him! Finish what Sega should have done! Now, if you know this next artist, this shouldn't be a surprise at all. Thundercat is a big Sonic fan. Growing up, he fell in love with the Sonic soundtracks, especially from the Genesis era. He's remarked that he would sit in front of his TV with the game paused just to listen to the music. Thundercat's gone on to cite the game's composer, Masato Nakamura, as one of his all-time favorites. This love can be seen in Thundercat's very own music, with songs like Show You the Way, Them Changes, and Special Stage, all featuring samples from those original Sonic games. And of course, I have to mention the different pieces of Sonic merch he's been photographed with. Thundercat is very much of an artist who wears his influences on his sleeves, sometimes literally, and Sonic is just a single piece of that influence. You love to see it. While Thundercat is probably the biggest fan of the Blue Blur in his circle, a close second would be actor, comedian, rapper, DJ, and legendary tweeter Zack Fox. You know Zack from Abbott Elementary. I've known this man since he was Booty Math. We are not the same. Zack's shown interest in Sonic throughout his career, whether it be jokes he's made on the series The Cave to certain tweets of his. However, the one thing that separates Zack Fox from the rest of the people on this list is his love and appreciation for the Sonic R soundtrack. Seriously, I screenshotted this from his Instagram story back in 2020, and I've needed an excuse to share it. That comment I made earlier about this being a little side project of mine, yeah, this is evidence of that. Anyways, shout out TJ Davis, that's my White Woman of the Year every year. Now, throughout this video, I've covered some controversial figures, and I want to be known that I do not endorse these people's actions. I'm just covering the most well-documented musicians who are also Sonic fans. So Chris Brown is a pretty big fan of Knuckles, a character known for punching things. I don't even need to make the joke. You already know what I'm alluding to. Listen, this dude's got a diamond-encrusted Knuckles chain that he shared on his Instagram while having a Knuckles profile picture. He's dedicated. He's also been spotted rocking a Sonic chain as far back as 2010. Usually, when people wear Sonic chains, they're from a collab with King Ice that anyone can purchase for a few $100 to $1,000. But those only became available in the past couple of years. So credit where it's due, Chris Brown's been dedicated to this hedgehog for a long time. I just wish he was this dedicated to not putting his hands on people. Now for a lightning round of musicians who've shown interest in Sonic one way or another, but there just isn't enough to talk about to give them their own section. Snoop Dogg has been seen showing off a large King Ice Sonic chain throughout a handful of public appearances. MIA was photographed with a knockoff Sonic shirt that gives off Sonic the Comic energy. Chris Lowe from Pet Shop Boys took inspiration from the world of Sonic for the costumes the band wore around the release of their single, Can You Forgive Her, and stated that he just enjoyed Sonic. Finally, Lil Uzi Vert has been spotted wearing a similar Sega jacket as the Weeknd wore to Sega's offices, with that jacket being a parody of the one Michael Jackson wore to his visit. What a great way to bring the video back around. So let me know who I missed in the comments below, subscribe to the channel, and go treat yourself to a listen of Adventure by Madeon, cause that's my goat. Okay, bye!